Okay, we're live. Hopefully this stream is not too laggy. I am attempting to stream while my family is playing Overwatch, so there's a decent chance this is gonna be buggy. Oh, it's actually moving pretty well. Let me open up Stream Manager. Okay, now this way I can see chat without okay, now I have motivation to clear my desk. Okay, so, what's up? Time to get back to playing some hardcore Minecraft. This is the hardcore world I've been working on for a little bit. So yeah. Uh, let's get to it. I'll be completely honest. I have no idea. I can't remember where I left off. It's been a while. Okay, so that over there is my house. These are part of the herd. I should probably breed them so that they don't die out because I need food. Because apparently, like, I don't know if this is, I did not realize this was a thing, but apparently, a lot of animals just straight up don't respawn. I thought they did. But, like, once you kill, like, the cows in a certain area, like, supposedly they don't respawn, which is weird. So that's fun. Um, Alright. Man, I can't wait until it stops raining, because then I'll finally feel safe. Who am I kidding? This is a hardcore world. The moment you feel safe in hardcore is the minute you die. Like, every time. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? I'm just gonna go to bed, wake up, finish the roof, and then, gonna move my stuff over. And then I can start making this my mine, which is part of my plan. Um, and eventually the idea is to go from having this be the mine. This is starting as the house. I want to turn it into the mine and have the little house over there uh, turn into my house, and eventually turn that into a shed instead, and build like a nice big house. Will I get that far? Statistically, no. That doesn't mean I won't try. No, my grandfather would actually get a kick out of the puns and some of the advancements. I come from a family that very much loves puns. Um, not the creator. I don't know much about them, other than I believe in a lot of fanfics they get referred to with any pronouns, and I have no idea if that's just people like kind of being like, hey, you consistently act homophobic, so we're gonna screw with you type of deal, or if this is like an actual, that's what their pronouns are. Um, so I just use they them. So recently I've actually really gotten into I'm gonna say it, Dream SMP fanfics. Um, this is odd for me because I honestly did not go through a fanfic phase. So it's not like I'm like going backwards um, uh, to like cope with like being sad. Um, am I sad right now? I have no idea. Thank you, autism. I need to grow my I need to start growing my carrots. Oh damn. So I went into all that effort, made a bunch of stairs, and now what I need are slabs. Which, I mean, at least it's just about done. Unless I want to make this go one more up. Yeah, I think I will. So interestingly enough, my ideal streaming time is not during US ideal streaming time, because I would much prefer to stream in the afternoons, around lunchtime. Uh, that's actually the better hour to be a British streamer, turns out. Um, so either I have to deal with, because basically that's the time that is works the best for me right now. Um, I'm currently unemployed. I'm a student. Um, it just, for me, it's just easier to stream then because then I don't have to worry about running into people's Overwatch games. Because, you know, the group chat do be wanting to play the one of them shooty games, like a bunch of normies. Now, no hate to normies, but chat, or more likely, uh, the one person who ends up watching this on YouTube, um, which will probably be me looking for anything funny, which I will not find. Um, anyways, there are no normies here. That's not inflating our ego. That is simply us being aware that neurotypical people do not play the block game um, as intently as others, as neurodivergent people do. I need to check something. Okay, so combination of good and bad. Uh, it's really laggy. Potentially to the extent where it's difficult to watch, which I really expected. But at least my Night Shield is not showing up on stream, which is good. Oh, hmm. And if it's as laggy for you guys as it is for me, that means I'm the only one watching, which is fine. Um, I'll get my. I have friends I can ask to come watch at some point. So, anyways, what I was, or okay, basically, I'm gonna pull this back because I am rambling so much that I don't think anybody can track what I'm saying. You know, we're gonna start with stream times and then discuss fanfiction. So, streaming time, I've kind of figured out that streaming time, the time that I would prefer to stream, because I'm honestly probably around my peak, um, which is around lunchtime, uh, is a time slot that is dominated by the Brits, which means if I want to make friends within the time area where I stream, a lot of my friends are going to end up being British, which is not bad. I'm going to get teased for it, but you know, I get taste for literally everything I do. My sister has like this whole thing about how she doesn't like British people, and it's like a little funny joke. And she'll say it's not a joke, but like in the way where it is a joke, you know how um, youngists are. I'm certain some of you do. Okay. One of the really nice things about hardcore is you never have to deal with the fact that you can just suddenly die and lose all your levels. You just lose everything. Forward. Alright, we got the bed. Basically, this is like the time, if I want to string to Americans, this is the time slot that I need to start like watching a bit more, and also obviously streaming during. Um, or I can go for the time slot I would prefer. Um, and there's part of me that's kind of torn on this. Although it's not part. I'm very torn on this because it's like, do I don't know. I just it's I have complicated feelings about it, and I don't know how to deal with feelings because I'm autistic. That's not true. Plenty of autistic people know how to deal with their feelings. Um, I am simply not one of those autistic people. The lucky fucks. Good news is I have therapy tomorrow. Alright, so, fanfiction. Um, the past few days, I kind of got sucked into Dream SMP fanfiction. Um, it started with Passerine. Um, then it kind of died down slightly. Um, and then I saw an animatic for Hours Poetica, which I like better. Like, I'm not saying Passerine's like bad or anything. I just ended up it was too much of a downer, despite the fact that Hours Poetica is way darker. It is extremely dark, but I think there's something about it that just kind of like ouch, but in a good way, you know? But not without it's I think it's the fact it has a happy ending. Like I know I'm I don't take stress. I don't deal with stress very well. So to me, happy endings are not always a must. Excuse me. But they're high enough up on my priorities list that I can't just completely ignore them. What does that even mean? Um, sad endings can ruin, sad or bittersweet endings can ruin my enjoyment of the story to the extent that um, basically I end up in sensory overload. Um, and sensory overload is really uncomfortable. And emotions put me there. And so I generally like not dealing with emotions um, whenever possible, just so that I don't have to deal with that. Um, of course, this is not a very healthy way to live, and I I don't know what I need other than a therapist because I already have one. Um, let's plant some carrots. Where shall we plant? Anyways, I don't like sad. I kind of there's a part of me that enjoys a little bit of a sad fan fiction, but also there's a lot of times where I literally cannot handle stuff like that. So, um, Hours Poetica, which has an ending that's dark, not as dark as the rest of it, um, and is happy. Uh, is what I was looking for in uh fic. It's also probably in part because Passerine is influenced by Soupy Boys Inc. Um, dynamic, uh, and because of that, uh, they really. I'm an oldest. I basically I'm an oldest. Uh, Anything where they go, okay, where fic writers go, okay, well, Wilbur is the big brother and Tommy is the little brother. Those are going to end up messing with me in a way that is different than a lot of other things. If they start doing stuff to like pull on like that, oh, I'm the older sibling stuff. And the thing is, I'm not that much older than my sibling. Um, but that doesn't really matter when you kind of think like, okay, who's... I have no idea where I was going with that. Basically, Passerine did some stuff that was very good. I cried like through 80% of it. Um, it didn't give me the satisfying ending I wanted. Like, it was satisfying, but in more of a, okay, it's over, I can pretend everybody got reincarnated type of way than a, okay, things aren't resolved, but they probably will be. And, that's just kind of like, I prefer the ending where things are not truly resolved, but like there's like an understanding amongst like between like characters and readers and writer where it's like, okay, it's going to get resolved. People know they need to resolve it. And that's just, I guess that's just part of who I am as a person. Um, at least who I am right now. And Ars Poetica has that kind of ending. Passerine doesn't. And to its credit, that can make moves sometimes. Doesn't mean I have to be all psyched. Hmm. Basically, I read through Passerine in like a night. Um, like it kept me up until uh 4 no, that was not. No, I think ours pro no, I think it was no, it was a Mafia AU that kept me up until 4 a.m. Ours Poetica kept me up until 1. Um, but I'll be totally honest, the best thing, in my opinion, about my recent special interest in Dream SMP is particularly the AU fanfics, is how it's kind of like got my brain working again. I'm a writer. I've been struggling for like 3 years to write. Um, and like to an extent that like I could kind of write and I could write decent stuff, but like my heart wasn't like in it. And well, it was in it, but it just there's something about letting go and writing a fan fiction and just being like, I'm gonna go like really big on some of those tropes because I want to. And just kind of relaxing and like not having to feel bad about being derivative because that's that's the genre. And I say genre even though that is not what I believe. I personally don't think fanfiction is a genre. Um, it's not of a genre of literature and writing and stuff. It's, in my personal opinion, fanfic is is a medium of storytelling. And I kind of got started thinking about this because I was thinking about how uh, some people these days have started using Minecraft roleplays as a form of storytelling. And so, what are the benefits and drawbacks of such a medium? And so I basically started thinking about how do you explain the ways in which SMPs are a medium of fiction telling? And that's kind of where I had like a bit of a breakthrough where I was like, oh, not only is not only is are these role plays a whole of fiction, um, that are going to that have their own challenges when it comes to um, recreating. But you know, I kind of realized that fan fiction has the same problem where it does not translate as well over to uh, traditional literature. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that we need to stop thinking about fanfiction as a different form of novel, and we need to consider it something entirely different. And we need to conceptualize this more in the way that we think about, or at least the way that we should be thinking about, like, those more traditional mediums. So, film, radio, and books, stuff like that. These are mediums of storytelling that usually don't translate very well, and people don't like to think about that. People like to think that it's a lot easier than it is. Um, but they're a lot of times they're doing such different things that you can't just go, okay, just gonna swap one for the other. It doesn't work. Um, so that's kind of my thoughts on fan fiction these days. Hmm. Well, I guess this is my sign that it's probably about time to end stream. Hmm. Oh, I got that. Alright, I think this is it confirmed. This is a bad time for me to stream. I just get too tired. So, yeah, I guess I'll try streaming at a more reasonable time later. And and by later, I mean in the future. Tomorrow, is probably, I might be able to do something mid-afternoon. Um, but frankly, the chances of that are low. More likely it won't be until Wednesday, but you know, that'll just give me time to think of something fun to do. Well, I will see you guys then. Bye.